Ladies and gentlemen, we're very honored to welcome you this evening, a very important evening here in our community as we pay tribute to the man who has served our community in public office for 42 years, Mayor Rich Veenstra. We're so very happy to welcome our friends here, all of our stakeholders, members of various taxing bodies, representatives of the community, elected officials, people who call Addison home and are truly part of our Addison advantage. So right now, let's just be present for a moment and think about those 42 years as I call to the podium our police chaplain, Pastor Bob Tetrick of Messiah Baptist Church, to lead us in the invocation. Pastor Bob.
You could clap if you wanted to. That was okay. Us Baptists allow that sometimes. Well, Mayor Veenstra, there you are. I remember about 20 years ago, you tried to get me to be part of the church council. And I decided I was going to be the police chaplain. And so I was able to do that. My son was a police officer, still is. And there was a friend in the police department, so I decided to choose that way. Well, Mayor Veenstra, every time I would see him, very gently encouraged me to be part of the church council. And I told him, I said, Mayor Veenstra, I want to be sure I can do a good job for the police department. And as only he did, and I know he may not always be gentle and kind, but he was with me. And so finally he wore me down and started to come to the church council meetings. And I usually visit the police department on Thursdays. And I have some things I drop off, and then I come run over here, and when Mayor Veenstra is in his office, sometimes Tom was there, we would sit down and just talk. And I enjoyed the talks. I'd ask him what's going on with him and his family and the village, and he would talk, and we had a good time together. A few months ago, Mayor Veenstra had the last charity ball that he would be the mayor at. And I had the honor of being able to be there and to pray. And it was really an awesome experience. And I know the village has done a lot for charities through the years, and I appreciate that. Well, while I was there, I found a verse that I read. And tonight I would like to read that before I pray. It is in the book of Numbers. This is a passage of scripture where God gave Moses the decree to tell Aaron to pray this to the priests because the tabernacle had just been finished. And this is what the prayer that God told Moses to give to Aaron. And he says this, "The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance on you and give you peace." And I thought, what a more appropriate verse. And then what I did, as I went home, and I found a company that made one of these plaques for me. So Mayor, if you would come here, I have something for you. This is the prayer that I just read. You're very welcome, and I think a lot about you. So I just wanted to hand that to you, and you'll have time to say something. This is my time, so let me finish here. So let's do this. Let's bow our heads and close our eyes, and I'm going to ask you to stand up with me, and let's approach the Lord, and let's pray for this village and this mayor in this night. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you, and of all people, we should be very grateful for your grace in our lives. To be able to live in a country like we live in, the freedom that we enjoy, and then a village that we live in, that the leadership is concerned for its people. And Father, we know Jesus had to face opposition. Paul had to face opposition. Moses had to face opposition. But God, you bless them. And I pray as our mayor, Veenstra, is stepping down, that you would bless him, his family, that you would give him long life, that you would make your face to shine upon him and bless him. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Pastor Bob, as always. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're really honored to welcome you here this evening. One of the great things about being mayor of Addison, I think, as I've watched the mayors now for some 40 years myself, is the very strong relationship that our elected officials, and especially the mayors, have with our legislative team that represents Addison. It's been going on for decades. Many of you people know that, and this evening we have some congratulatory letters that I would like to share with Mayor Veenstra and with all of you. From the Illinois House of Representatives to Rich Veenstra, congratulations on your well-earned retirement. You have given so much to the community in your 42 years of service to the village of Addison. Your hard work and dedication to your community is truly inspiring. Your passion for community and bringing people together is an example of true leadership. You have played an integral part in Addison's success in achieving a vibrant and thriving community. As you move on to the next chapter of your life, I am confident that you will find new and exciting ways to stay engaged and fulfilled, whether it is through travel, hobbies, spending time with your family, or through volunteerism. I know that you will make the most of this opportunity. Thank you for your 42 years of service, and best of luck on your retirement. It has been an honor to work with you, and you will be missed. Sincerely, State Representative Diane Blair Sherlock. Next, representing two of our state legislators, we have Nick Giannini, Chief of Staff for State Senator Susie Glowiak-Hilton, and Maureen Uhas, Chief of Staff for State Senator Seth Lewis.
Thank you. I'm here on behalf of State Senator Seth Lewis, who is in Springfield. He would love to be here to wish Mayor Veenstra much congratulations and to extend his gratitude for all your service. And I just want to turn it over to Nick, who has something to present to you on behalf of the Illinois State Senate. So thank you again, Mayor.
Thank you. Pass along the Senator's regrets as well, and on a personal note, Mayor, it's been a pleasure working with you the last 10 plus years, and congratulations in your retirement. So we have a Senate resolution for you. I'll just read that real quick. Whereas the members of the Illinois Senate wish to congratulate Richard Veenstra on the occasion of his retirement as mayor of Addison, and whereas Mayor Veenstra was elected to his first term as mayor in 2013 and re-elected in 2017 and 2021, previously he served as deputy mayor. And whereas Mayor Veenstra served on the Addison Village Board of Trustees after having been appointed to fill a vacated term in 1992, he was elected to a full term in 1993 and re-elected in 1997, 2001, 2005, 2009. And whereas Mayor Veenstra currently serves as Vice President on the Illinois Municipal League Board of Directors, and whereas Mayor Veenstra is a licensed pharmacist and former General Manager of Specialty Pharmacy for CVS Caremark, he is a past board member of the Illinois Pharmacists Association and a, and a past president of the DuPage Pharmacists Association. He graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy from the University of Illinois, Chicago. And whereas Mayor Veenstra is a member of the Americans of Italian descent and traces his ancestry to Italy via his paternal grandmother as well as his maternal grandparents. And whereas Mayor Veenstra and his wife Marianne have lived in Addison since 1973, therefore be it resolved by the Senate of the 104th General Assembly of the State of Illinois that we congratulate Richard Veenstra on the occasion of his retirement as mayor of Addison, and we wish him the best in all his future endeavors, and be it further resolved that a suitable copy of this resolution be presented to Mayor Veenstra as a symbol of respect and esteem.
Congratulations, Mayor.
From the Congress of the United States, dear Mayor Rich Veenstra, congratulations on your retirement from your position as mayor of the Village of Addison. I commend you on your years of public service to the Addison community. From your time on the Village Board of Trustees to your role as mayor, you have demonstrated a commitment to serve all those who call the Village of Addison home. As chair of the Building, Zoning, and Development Committee and the Public Health, Safety, and Judicial Committee, as well as the first chairman of the Substance Responsibility Commission, you have improved local residents' quality of life. Through your collaboration with the Village Board, you have fostered economic growth and business development. I want to particularly recognize your community efforts and programs to mitigate the negative impacts of the unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic for vulnerable senior citizens and residents of the underserved areas of Addison. The work you did saved lives. I am proud to represent Illinois' 3rd Congressional District and its committed public servants like you who serve our communities. Congratulations again on your retirement. Sincerely, Delia C. Ramirez, Member of Congress. That's a good way to kick things off.
Hi everybody, I'm Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy, and I just want to wish Mayor Rich Veenstra a big, hearty congratulations on his retirement. Rich has been a great friend to me, a great friend to the community and to the region, but most of all, he's been a devoted public servant. And he's done everything he possibly can, from fixing potholes to helping people. And I can't think of someone who exemplifies public service more than Rich Veenstra. So Mayor Veenstra, I can't wait to congratulate you in person, but in the meantime, thank you for allowing me to address all of you virtually and to extend my heartiest congratulations to Rich and my best wishes to all of you during this celebration.
As I mentioned, we have a number of stakeholders here with us this evening. Mayor Veenstra has carried on for his years as mayor in the tradition of intergovernmental cooperation, intergovernmental relations, partnering with our fellow agencies within Addison, and we are going to hear from a representative now on behalf of all of those agencies from DuPage High School District 88 Superintendent Dr. Jean Barbonette.
Okay. Good evening. I feel very honored to have the opportunity to share a few thoughts and words as we come together to celebrate Mayor Rich Veenstra's 42 years of service to the Village of Addison. One more applause for that, 42 years, Mayor. My name is Jean Barbonette, and I've had the honor and privilege to work closely with Rich through the years as I have served in several capacities in my 30 years at District 88, including most recently serving as the superintendent of the district. The Addison community is truly a very special place, and I have been very blessed to work with the Addison leaders who I can truly call not only my colleagues, but dear friends. And building authentic relationships is a core value of this community. And those core values start at the top with Mayor Veenstra's strong leadership. He is laser focused on expanding and enhancing programs and services for the residents of Addison. And he accomplishes that by developing and maintaining intergovernmental relationships. Every quarter, the Addison taxing bodies get together to network, share, and collaborate. There are no complaints or questions as to why. Everyone in Addison understands the benefits of what can be achieved when we all work together. Those meetings began in the early 1980s, and when Rich was elected mayor in 2013, he continued the gatherings without hesitation. On a personal note, I've experienced this inherent characteristic of Addison firsthand. In December of 2020, while also dealing with an unprecedented pandemic and civil unrest, we lost our beloved superintendent, Dr. Scott Helton. from complications related to COVID-19. I was thrust into leading the district, and it became my job to reassure our students and learning community and to maintain our education system. It could have been an incredibly frightening, lonely, and overwhelming experience, but instead, I was instantly supported with my first phone calls from Rich and his team. I realized I wasn't alone, and Addison had wrapped around me and was right there beside me. Soon after, Rich and I knew we needed to do more for to help our residents, and we worked together to host one of the first COVID-19 vaccine clinics in DuPage County. Truly one of the most remarkable experiences, I think, of certainly my career, and really thankful when I think back to how hard we had to fight, for those vaccines, and there's no explanation other than truly it was a God thing. That really God opened the door for us, and that was a tremendous blessing for the community. Rich also had the foresight to see the need to support the businesses in Addison and capitalize on the village's industrial corridor, which is considered the 4th largest industrial park in Illinois. A labor crisis was starting, and there was a disconnect with finding workers to fill the available job openings. So in 2015, Rich established the Addison Workforce Development Committee, bringing together business owners and education leaders. Through that group, multiple job fairs took place and helped residents find local employment. Tours of local facilities were coordinated for students and adults. A partnership with College of DuPage developed into the Project Higher Ed Apprenticeship Program, which helps individuals acquire the skills they need and connect to career pathways. And District 88 was able to expand our career development programming, including the securing of a partnership with Simple Training Institute to offer CNC programming for our students. Thank you, Rich, for your vision and your perseverance to fill this critical need in our community. As you might know, another project that's pretty close to my heart and many others, Addison has a strong foundation and tie to Italian culture. Rich has been a tremendous asset in making sure that tradition continues. In 2003, an agreement was signed to encourage friendship and understanding, and the Village of Addison's Sister Cities student exchange program with Trajano, Italy was born. Since then, 6 visits have taken place between Addison and Trajano. This once-in-a-lifetime opportunity allows our students to advance their language skills, experience new cultures, and extend the classroom to the real world. The Village of Addison Sister Cities Committee is made up of volunteers who work tirelessly to raise funds to help offset the costs for our students, and we couldn't be more grateful for the passion Rich and the committee continue to show for this amazing program. I will miss hosting our Italian guests together with you, Rich. We had a lot of fun, and these are memories that I will treasure always. Rich, you've helped improve the lives of countless community members, and your commitment to serving and bettering the village is inspiring. Thank you for your time, your energy, and your leadership to make Addison what it is today. The village is known for its tagline of the Addison Advantage, but it can be difficult to explain the meaning behind those words. Rich, the impact you have made and the legacy that you are leaving behind truly define what is meant when we say the Addison Advantage. Thank you for being a tremendous friend, a trusted sounding board for me, and helping me grow in my leadership in this very special village. I wish you God's greatest and most abundant blessings in this new chapter together with your family. Thank you for your service.
Next, I'm pleased to welcome Suzette Quintel, Executive Director of the DuPage Mayors and Managers Conference.
Thank you, Don. Tonight, hi, Mayor. I have the bittersweet privilege of expressing the conference's deep gratitude to someone who has been more than a mayor and dedicated public servant in his community. Mayor Veenstra, you have been a true champion of the municipalities of DuPage, as well as a source of strength and guidance for the conference, our leaders, and your fellow mayors through some of the most challenging times. As everyone gathered here tonight knows, your leadership has been both steady and passionate, with a commitment that has never faltered. As a valued member of our board of directors, legislative committee, nominating committee, intergovernmental committee, you haven't just taken a seat at the table. You've shown up prepared, engaged, and determined to affect change. Your contributions have profoundly shaped our policies, strengthened our partnerships, and steered us through complex legislative waters with clarity and conviction. You've been everywhere, at every turn, whether it was a critical vote, a brainstorming session, or one of the countless meetings you've attended, often exceeding what was expected. I can't even begin to count how many times I've looked around the room and found you there, ready to lend your insight, ask just the right question, or offer a thoughtful perspective that moved us forward. And let's not forget the Springfield drive-downs. You've made the trip again and again, not just to be present, but to represent us with energy, eloquence, and heart. You've spoken up for our members, built partnerships with lawmakers, and helped put our priorities on the map. But beyond the committees and calendars, you've also been a personal support to me. You insisted on no other executive director for this amazing organization. Through years that have tested our conference, you were someone I knew I could count on. You listened, you advised, and you stood by me. That kind of support is rare, and I will never forget it. As we say goodbye to your time on the board and as mayor, please know that your absence will be deeply felt. We'll miss your perspective, your presence, and your steadfast dedication. You've left a legacy here, not just in what you've done, but in how you've done it, with integrity, humility, and a true spirit of service. I am confident that your legacy will continue with the work of Mr. Moranowitz, wherever he is, and the new mayor, Tom Huntley. Mayor Veenstra, thank you for everything. You've made this organization stronger, you've made us all better, and you will be extremely, extraordinarily missed. Please join me in showing our heartfelt appreciation.
Now please welcome Mr. Ken Adel, Senior Vice President at Wintrust, representing the Glen Oaks Hospital Foundation. Ken?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ken Adel. I'm the chair of the Glen Oaks Hospital Foundation Board. I've served with Mayor Veenstra on the foundation board for the last several years. It's truly an honor and privilege tonight to share a few words about Mayor Veenstra. On behalf of the Glen Oaks Hospital Foundation, we would like to take the opportunity this evening to recognize and express our heartfelt gratitude to Rich, whose generosity, dedication, and compassion have made an extraordinary impact on Glen Oaks Hospital and the many patients who rely on the hospital for care. Rich's unwavering commitment to the mission of Glen Oaks has touched countless lives. He was one of the initial members of the community that helped organize the hospital's formation. His subsequent decades-long support of it has ensured that the hospital will continue to provide world-class care and innovative treatments for those who need it most. His passion for making a difference has inspired us all at Glen Oaks. Whether through his time working at Glen Oaks, philanthropic accomplishments, or advocating for the hospital, he embodies the spirit of service, and we are all forever grateful to his belief and mission. Last fall, the foundation recognized Rich as its 2024 Champion of Mission honoree for his service and dedication to the hospital, a much-deserved honor for someone who has consistently served as a pillar of support for not only Glen Oaks Hospital, but also the Glen Oaks School and Transition Program. This school, which is dedicated to helping students with behavioral emotional support needs, secondary learning disabilities, and other health impairments, draws students from not only this community, but from neighboring communities and beyond. It's hard to believe that the hospital and the school would be what it is today without him. From all of us at Glen Oaks, thank you, Rich, for your many years of hard work, leadership, and friendship. You've not only made a difference in Addison, but in the communities that Glen Oaks serves and beyond. We would also like to congratulate you on your retirement. We wish you all the best in this exciting new chapter. Today's celebration is just the beginning of all the joy and fulfillment that awaits you. Congratulations.
And now from the Illinois Municipal League, Chief Executive Officer, Brad Cole. Brad?
Thank you and good evening. You know, unfortunately for an audience at this point in the program, everything has been said, but not everyone has said it. So thinking about what some of the other speakers have said, you know, the statement from the schools that referenced sister cities. Dwight Eisenhower established the Sister City movement, ironically, on September 11th, 1956. And their mission statement is building peace through mutual respect, cooperation, and understanding, one community, one individual at a time. I think that represents what Mayor Veenstra has done here as well, embodying really that mission with the support of Mary Ann and his family, who really do subscribe to service, which has been said twice by two different speakers. Service to the community and service to the region, service to the state in my regard. So I represent the 1,294 cities, villages, and towns throughout the state, from the very smallest to the very largest. Mayor Veenstra has served on our board of directors since 2017 and has served with distinction through many of the things that you all have lived through in those times and leading. And by the way, there's a good group of leaders here in this county, and there's a long history of good leadership coming out of this county. But the mayors that are assembled in this room are here not because of themselves, but because they recognize the leadership that Mayor Veenstra has provided. And I think the pastor, somewhere between his speech, his homily, his prayer, and everything else, his admonition, which I don't want to get kicked off the stage too if he's still here, if he's speaking at the end. But he talked about the next chapter. And we talk about that. What's the next chapter? I read a book about 6 months ago, and I thought about Mayor Veenstra. And I brought a copy of it. I'm going to give it to him here tonight. And the book is titled Life After Power. And I assume that represents Addison. The book is actually about 7 past presidents and what they did afterwards. So going back to Theodore Roosevelt, Grover Cleveland, William Howard Taft, and some modern day presidents, and their search for what to do next. And so I think in the sense of your next chapter, I would hope that you take a look at this, and maybe yours is the next chapter in this book about great Americans and great public servants and great people who have done great things. And so this is for me to you personally, but on behalf of the Illinois Municipal League and the Board of Directors who met last week and unanimously offered its congratulations to the mayor, I want to present this plaque to you. So, Mayor Veenstra, in recognition and appreciation of your years of service to the Illinois Municipal League, the people of the state of Illinois, the village of Addison, your entire community, our state and nation, thank you very much. You'll know how to find me.
Thank you, Brad. And now speaking on behalf of the village staff, all of our employees, is the village manager of Addison, Joe Moranowitz. Joe.
Buckle up, Mayor. Time's up. Here we go. All right. To put it in perspective, our mayor is a dedicated man, and I think there will be a job opening for village manager in about 4 minutes. Mayor, how old is your grandson, Ronnie, right over there? I was 4 years old when Rich took over. When he first started, I was 4. We're interviewing tomorrow. I was 4 years old when Rich started, but no, Mayor Veenstra, you've done so much. And he uses a word all the time with me. He uses a word called legacy. And Suzette, you use that same word. Thank you. How is it defined? It's defined in Webster's dictionary as a long-lasting impact of action. I think we can see from the speakers and what he has done, there is an extremely long-lasting impact of action. He pushes the envelope. He will challenge staff. Rich, do you challenge staff? He has given me gray hair, glasses, and high blood pressure. So I will use those now. No, he pushes the envelope. Don Weiss, we always make fun of Don Weiss because we believe we are in phase 7 or 8 of the Village Greens. Rockin' Wheels is here because of Mayor Veenstra. I will say that again, Rockin' Wheels is here because of Mayor Veenstra. You have put us on the map. We have about, Angela will tell you 5,000. We have about 3,000 people here every Thursday. And that is quite a legacy. COVID has been talked about. This man pushed the envelope so hard. I know Mike Sampy's here. He said, Joe, Mike, let's make this place into a call center. We said, what? He said, we're going to do a call center here, and we're going to give vaccinations for all the elderly. And I immediately was fascinated by that and said, we are going to do that, and we did it. I would have never done that. It was Mayor Veenstra that did that. You talk about saving lives. How many lives did you save that weekend? He supports us through training, resources, the materials we need as a staff, and our board members that are here to do that as well. Mayor-elect Tom Hunley, Trustee Don O'Brien, Trustee Klusny, Trustee Maria Reyes, Trustee Sam Nasty, Trustee Jay Del Rosario. Thank you to all of you, but it's through your leadership and your push when I can come in your office and say, we really need this, it gets done. Thank you. And lastly, the culture change. He told me, Joe, we're gonna change the culture here. I said, we? The mouse in your pocket? He supported me. I had an idea, and he didn't push that down. And kids, you know the idea when you look at your grandfather and he looks at you with those eyes and he looks you up and down. He supported it. And your grandfather, your dad, has changed the culture here. But when we talk about legacy, it's not so much about work action. It's the legacy at his table. And Rich, this day is not all about you, and I'm sorry, Marianne. Please join me in wishing Marianne, his wife, a happy birthday. Sorry, Marianne. No, but the legacy, we have so many good talks, Rich and I. He's more than a boss. He's a counselor, a friend, a mentor. Everything I put in that card. I love the story how you met Marianne. She snuck into a dance. And 50-some years later, look what your legacy has created. From Rick and Angela to Ronnie and Sam. Ronnie, we hear all about you. I hear all about you. The bull in the china shop. Sammy, the perfect child. Sorry, everyone else. Mandy and Dan. Dan, how much you ate when you were dating Mandy. To Joe, your baseball career, Indiana engineering. He brags about you all the time. Frankie, to volleyball with the successes you're going to have. We've had some really good talks about all of you. And JD, where's our math wizard? There he is. And we can't forget about Blue the dog. We always talk about Blue. That is legacy. That is the purpose. Thank you, Rich. You can't do this, Rich. Thank you for everything you've done for me. My wife, Belinda, is here tonight. You have changed the trajectory of my life. You know that. I didn't think you probably took your medication when someone said you should hire Joe Moreno as your village manager. And I'd be remiss to not talk about Joe McDermott that's here and Bill Lynch, who also hired me, and Harry Theodore. Thank you. But you all got behind that, and you've impacted me selfishly, very greatly, and my children. Thank you. Leadership can be defined in one word, if you ask me, and that's influence. You have influenced everyone in this room. You've influenced me. Thank you. And we talk a lot about a movie called The Sandlot. I don't know if you've seen The Sandlot, right? That's a great movie. The Sandlot, I'm going to end here. There's a great quote towards the end of the movie, and it's a Big Bambino. He says, "Remember, kid," and Rich, this is to you. "Remember, kid, there's heroes and there's legends. Heroes get remembered. Legends never die. You will always be remembered in here and everywhere. I love you."
Thank you, Joe. Of course, when there is an election and there's a transfer at the helm, that transfer of leadership, there's new people who come into those positions, but this gentleman certainly is not new to our community. Speaking on behalf of the Addison Village Board and our community is Mayor-elect Tom Hundley. Tom?
Thank you, Don. Good evening. Thank you all for being here on a bittersweet night, recognizing someone who has dedicated more than 40 years of public service to the Village of Addison. Rich started his service with the Village of Addison in 1983 as chairman of the Substance Responsibility Commission. The commission worked with police, school, and community members to instill leadership skills in students. Rich volunteered a lot of time to the commission and spearheaded programs that were really valuable to the students of Addison. He joined the village board in 1992, working with Mayor Tony Rosado to create a vision that really transformed Addison throughout the 90s and early 2000s, and brought entertainment businesses like Marcus Cinema, K1 Speed, revitalizing all of Lake Street. Rich became mayor in 2013. He continued a lot of the philosophy that he learned from Tony Rosado and Larry Hartwig before him. That all of us who are lucky enough to be elected to the office aren't here for our various taxing bodies, we're here for the whole community. Intergovernmental cooperation is really the thing that makes Addison what it is. And sometimes other communities are often surprised by this. There's no greater example of this than how Rich brought everyone together during the pandemic and guided our community through. Throughout COVID, we maintained full services for residents and made sure that all had access to COVID kits to protect themselves. That was because of your leadership, Rich. He did more than just build a past success through. He also brought new ideas to the table. One of the first things he spearheaded was making the annual Memorial Day ceremony more than just an hour of speeches. He brought together the schools, the VFW, the Knights of Columbus, and other veterans groups. So now there's a half day of events each year. That individually grew into Veterans Circle, or eventually grew into Veterans Circle outside here on the east side of the village wall. He recognized the irony of having an underemployed workforce in the same community as one of the largest industrial parks in the state. And so he created the Workforce Development Commission. By bringing together local businesses, the high school, the College of DuPage, he fostered collaboration to create training opportunities for Addison students and adults for jobs available in Addison. He reestablished the former Citizens Advisory Council and a new Community Advisory Commission with membership representing in line with the demographics of our community so that everyone has a voice. In case you have not noticed a pattern here, Rich has spent his past 12 years bringing people together. He knows that none of these agencies, that none of us, can do it alone. It's when we work together that we find solutions and to get where we want to be. So Rich, tonight we celebrate you and we thank you. Elected office can be a thankless job. And as mayor, there has been times where you've had to make decisions that you know everyone isn't going to be happy with. But you've made those decisions based on what you thought is best and right for Addison. One of the things that I've heard and you and I talk about is the difference between a public servant and being a politician. A politician does things for their own glory, but a public servant does it for what's best for the constituents. That's what you have been doing for the past 40 years, and we're all grateful to you for. And on a personal note, thank you. Thank you for preparing me for the future and for spending the last 2.5 years preparing me for it. I don't think any other village or any other past mayor has ever prepared somebody for the future as you have for me. And every Tuesday we've spent for the last 2.5 years will be with me for the rest of my life. And I'm grateful to you for what you've done for me. Thank you. So before I bring up our guest of honor, let's take a brief trip down memory lane and look back at Rich's 42 years with the Village of Addison.
Good evening. My name is Rich Veenstra. I'm 44 years old and have lived in Addison with my wife, Mary Ann, for 20 years. It's really been a team effort, and I really want to thank the wives. I mean, if it wasn't for our wives, we wouldn't be here today. They've done a tremendous job supporting us, and they pushed and pulled when we got down, and they were always there when we needed them. The people are the Addison advantage. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And as I said, it's just been an honor and a privilege to serve for 20 years and be part of what we've been able to accomplish as a community. I'm running for mayor. I've been trustee and deputy mayor for many years here in the village. Addison's a great community, and we really want to spend a lot more time talking about all the great things that happen in town and really drive some spirit and feeling of oneness in our community. So a lot of things on the board going forward. I, Richard Veenstra,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Mayor of the Village of Addison
of the office of Mayor of the Village of Addison
according to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God. So tonight, as we take the oath of office, we renew our commitment to you and to the community. We promise that neither the responsibilities of office nor the trust you have bestowed upon us will be taken lightly. We thank you for the honor and privilege of serving our village. Thank you. Other things that you think a mayor should do? Yeah.
To be honest.
To be honest, that's very important. Yeah. One of the things that we have to do as a mayor and our trustees have to do is we have to be responsible for the village. We have to make sure that the money that we collect in taxes is used for the right purposes. A lot of people came early, and the vendors here are very happy with the outcome. So it's another opportunity for our residents to clean up and help save the planet. Addison, Illinois is a very diverse community. We have a population of 37,000. We've come a long way in developing the spirit of cooperation. The Workforce Development Committee was basically developed out of two issues in our community. One is a large portion of that community is undertrained and underemployed.
Well, on behalf of our elected officials and all of the residents of Addison, I can't express how proud we are to be the host for this event. We want to sincerely thank USBC and their staff and for all the hard work that's been put into this event.
Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? Well, tonight is the last session of Rockin' Wheels for 2021, and I just really wanted to thank everyone for your loyal support. We've had record crowds every week, and we couldn't ask for more, so thank you for your ongoing support. And, you know, it's a gift to the community, and the community responds by helping where necessary. So we thought the food donation really segued well with what we're doing with Rockin' Wheels, and our community's responded, and it's been really warming to see that.
I'm truly committed to bringing people together, develop synergy. We succeed working as a team. We fail when we compete with each other.
Our commitment to honor those fallen heroes and to remember their heroism, their dedication, their love of freedom that is uniquely America must also be unconditional. So we decided that moving the memorial to the Village Green
was probably the most appropriate for us to do, and really symbolizes the importance of our veterans. We put this together, and we know it's just a small token of our gratitude and thanks for all you've done, all you've given, and all you mean to us. Hopefully this is a more befitting site to recognize your accomplishments, your dedication, your service. And I would encourage all of our residents to come here often. We've worked together, we've come together in floods, we've come together in natural disasters, and we've celebrated victories together. And that's what this is really all about. And that feeling of community really, I think, is echoed in the mayor's wall.
Let's get on with tonight's event. Please buy a lot of raffle tickets, bid on over 350 items, and above all, enjoy the evening. Thank you. As I leave office, I'm confident in knowing that our senior leadership team has the knowledge, skills, and dedication to manage our continued growth and prosperity, and that our village board has the passion, commitment, and experience to achieve our shared vision for Addison. So we're really proud to welcome you to Addison and wish you the best. And now it's time to cut the ribbon.
All right. Perfect.
Ready?
Give us a hand from to the Johnese and the Valenzanese over here. We're going to cut it. All right.
1, 2, 3.
All right. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome now to the mayor of the village of Addison, Rich Veenstra. I think along with his wife, Mary Ann. Mayor Veenstra was first elected in 2013 after serving 20 years on the village board. The Veenstra family has called Addison home since 1973.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor and my privilege to introduce the Mayor of Addison, Mayor Rich Veenstra, the man of the hour.
Thank you very much, but it's all a lie. It's a lot's been said about accomplishments over the last 42 years, but I will maintain to my last breath, it's a team effort, and nothing gets done by an individual. And I have been blessed with having the best staff, the best employees, the best board over these 42 years, working together collaboratively, looking at what we can do together makes all the difference in the world. Knowing we've got the best police force, knowing we've got the best supervisors and managers makes the job of mayor really a piece of cake. And so it's been an honor and a privilege to serve the village. We do it because we love our community. And, that's something we all share together. And when we have that unified vision and passion, things go the right way. And that's really been what's been going on over the years. And I know Tom is going to carry that out. My message to Tom as the incoming mayor is don't break it. But seriously, I want to thank everybody for this remarkable evening. And I want to just thank you for the memories and for the opportunity to serve as your mayor over these last year. So thank you all very much. Now, Dory is a big believer in turnabout is fair play. So, the 42 years wouldn't have happened without the support of my wife, Mary Ann, and it is her birthday today, so happy birthday. And also, I would be remiss of not thanking Mandy and Dan, Rick and Angela, and the grandkids for being supportive and allowing me to have time away from home to do the things that needed to be done. So thank you guys. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Mayor Veenstra. Thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. The cookie says it all. Thank you, Mayor Veenstra. Nice touch. We hope you'll join us 2 weeks from tomorrow night, which is April 24th, where we will have our community inauguration ceremony, where all of those officials elect who were voted in by our community on April 1st will take the oath of office right here in this very space, so we can hope that you will join us then. For everyone who put this event together this evening, and especially for you, thank you for being here tonight to honor Mayor Rich Veenstra and his 42 years of service to Addison. Good night, everyone. Thank you.